Hello, everyone. I'm going to make a short, quick, inspirational, and interesting history moment about a woman that I just learned out about myself as I went through this book, The Lives of Our Past. It's interesting. It has a lot of pictures and information about our past. And this woman right here, uh, Eunice Hunton Carter, who in 1935 became the first Black woman DA of New York. Okay? Shout out to her and the New York DA right now, Letitia James, who's doing her things. She's doing the best she can under the circumstances because we're talking about New York. Big ass New York. Okay. Now, Eunice Carter, I'm getting this from Google. She was an American lawyer, born July the 16th, 1899. Okay. Almost the turn of the century, 1900. Wow. So she had a bit of the 1800s. Okay. And that's what I say all the time. If we're blessed to live long enough, we will live in 2 centuries. Okay. Like I was born in the 1900s, and here it is, the 2000s. Okay. Um, so I don't know, I doubt seriously if I'd be around for the 22nd century. Okay. Um, she died, okay, born July the 16th, 1899 in Atlanta, Georgia. And she died January the 25th, 1970. See, I didn't even know nothing about her. 1970s, I was like 15, but I should have known about her. That's why I'm saying we need to start teaching our young ones about our past, about um, people like her, because they're not going to be in your school. You barely have Black people uh, in your school books. Eunice Roberta Hunton Carter was an American lawyer. She was one of New York's first female African American lawyers. Okay. She was active in the Pan of African Congress and in United Nations. Wow. Committees to advance the status of women in the world. She led a massive prostitution racketeering investigation, building the case and strategy that allowed New York District Attorney Thomas Dewey to successfully charge the mafia kingpin Lucky Luciano. Luciano. Lucky Luciano. With compulsory prostitution. Wow. Now we've heard of Lucky, haven't we? But we never heard of her. Okay. She went to Smith College in 1921. She went to Fordham Law School in 1932. She was a social worker, a lawyer, and a Manhattan district attorney. And she is known for the prosecution of the mobster Charlie Lucky Luciano. And she was a Republican. And um, wow. Yeah. Beautiful. That's that. I mean, oh, I am so glad to know and find out about her. Now let's hear what this has to say. Something on TikTok.
You know, she took down one of America's most powerful mob bosses. Hey, best friends, come in and let me show you the interesting things that I have found doing my research. Today we're talking about Eunice Carter. Born in 1899, she became the first Black American woman to become prosecutor for the New York County District Attorney's Office, playing a key role in the successful prosecution of mobster Charlie Lucky Luciano in the 1930s. Carter graduated cum laude from Smith College in 1921, earning both her undergraduate and graduate degrees. Also earned her law degree from Fordham Law School in 1932, becoming the first Black woman to graduate from this institution. Beyond her legal achievements, Carter was a social worker in New York City before her role as a prosecutor. She made a connection between crime bosses, lawyers, and prostitutes, leading to the raids on brothels and the conviction of Luciano, making a significant blow to organized crime in the U.S. Follow, comment, or duet the interesting things that you know about Eunice Carter. And make sure to check out Cool Carter's new store, 1216zone.etsy.com, where you can buy where there's a woman, there's Magic t-shirt, you can buy a shirt I'm wearing now. The Hey Best Friend t-shirt.
Oh wow. Isn't that something? Yes. Okay. People also ask, how did Eunice Carter change society? Well, from her early work as a social worker to her groundbreaking role in the prosecution of mob boss Lucky Luciano, Carter's contributions paved the way for future generations of minority women in the legal field and exemplified the transformative power of the law as a tool for social change. Okay? Right. Now, isn't it wonderful to know that? That's what it's all about. It shouldn't matter what color you are or what background you have, as long as you are doing the job that you signed up for and you are doing good by the people and you are making changes that will make people have a better life. Because getting rid of this mob boss and stopping this prosecution, which we still have prostitutes, but it probably saved a lot of lives and helped a lot of people to get out of that situation and to help others. Like she said, oh, she could do it, I could do it too. And she became the leader for minority women to start going to law school or going to school, period, and coming and becoming to have a good career in high level uh, jobs, making good money. Okay. Let me see. How old was Eunice when she died? She was 70. So she lived a good life. She later entered into private practice and connected her work with the National Council of Negro Women to international issues. Is that still around? Do we still have that? In 1955, Carter was elected to chair the International Conference of Non-Governmental Organizations, and she died in 1970 in New York. Let me see. Okay, how much money did Lucky Luciano have? How rich was he? He died of a heart attack, I believe, in 1962, and at that time, his net worth ranged from 1.6 million to around 5 million. So we're not going to talk about, what, I don't know exactly what happened to him, but let me say, who who was the first female district attorney in the New York State? It was Darcel Dennis Clark. She was the first woman in that position and the first African American woman to be elected at a district attorney in the New York State. Wow. Okay. Now, who was, oh, that was something else. Okay. Okay. That's some different ad questions. Wow. Isn't that wonderful? I love learning about stuff like this. And the only reason why I read about it, even though I've read it before because I done looked over this book so many times, you can tell it's just coming to pieces. And uh, it tells us so much about our history. And this is the kind of books that we need to have in our house so our kids can see it and read it. Because they're not going to teach us this in these schools because these schools are not set up to uplift us, to tell the truth. They want us to continue to live in this fantasy world that they have made up. You know? And that's what happens when we have the other people writing history. Okay? And we continue to live a lie. So I recommend that you go buy these books or go to the library and borrow these books. But make sure they are available for our kids to be able to see and learn about our great achievements. All right. Thank you for listening, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And stay tuned for some more interesting videos.